So now that you have learned a lot about this upcoming body of knowledge, you must be eagerly waiting of something that I promised in the beginning of this video. So let us sample a study design of the same. Here we go. So welcome back, friends. We are all set to launch our experiment. As you can see, I have already set for the calibration on the gaze recorder. It is asking me to calibrate my eyeballs. The software needs to do it before we launch the experiment, and there are certain pointers that to be taken care of before we launch the experiment. So I've taken care of those pointers. That's why I've taken a white background. So let's start the gaze calibration. As you can see, it is asking me to follow the dots, the cursor, and my eyes balls are moving along with the cursor. So first it will calibrate my eyeballs, rather the human eye pupil, so that they can easily identify, the software is able to identify where my eye will be gazing. Gazing basically means a stare for more than 3 seconds. So where my eye will be gazing. Now it is asking me to tilt my head in different directions, because when we are seeing an advertisement, either a print advertisement or a video commercial, then our head tends to move. So that's why it is trying to ask me to calibrate my head movement and how my eyeball movement changes with my head movement. See, it is trying to calibrate. Now the background has changed. The idea behind is that human pupil will dilate and contract in different lights. So how advertisement is viewed in different lights. Now it is calibrating, as you can see. And now the experiment has been launched. So this is the same advertisement that we saw in the beginning of this e-learning module. So where my eye went, as you can see, I'm scanning through the entire advertisement. Now it is saving the data and the study is complete. Now see, these are the heat maps which I was mentioning. These are the areas where my eye lingered. This is what I saw throughout the advertisement. If you see the heat patches, the purple and the green heat patches have been created, and they are trying to tell us where my eye moved when I was looking at this advertisement. Let's view the analytics. Now I'll draw a area. See, at the logo, my eye, the dwell time was 0.68 seconds. And out of the total 20 seconds, the advertisement was on the screen. I had my first view at this point at 6.92 seconds. And since I'm the only one responding, I'm the only one viewing this ad at this moment. So there is only one respondent here. That same way I can see here that dwell time is 0%. First I viewed it, but I didn't pay much attention to it. Now this is the time where I spent more time. So this way I will make the blotches everywhere. As you can see, different areas. This is the ad model. This is where I spent so far the maximum time. I was looking at the ad model, her facial expressions, body language. See, the heat maps and the analytics is there. So from this we can make out, if I draw here, yes, I spent 0.24 seconds. So in the beginning of the video, I asked you where you pay attention when you are looking at an advertisement. So the picture is there in front of you. I focused more, spent maximum time here on this area. Then I spent time on the admissions, the text of admissions. And I spent time on the logo and so on. So with the help of these studies, a researcher can get an idea what is the main focus
of a respondent or a viewer or an audience when he or she is seeing an advertisement. Accordingly, they can design a better campaign or make changes to their existing campaigns. I'm sure by now you would have understood what a remarkable discovery can be done, what a remarkable research can be done with the help of this tool of eye gazing. I'm sure you had a great learning experience through this particular live experiment, and I wish that you all also try to do some kind of research in this particular area of eye tracking and eye gazing in the field of neuromarketing research. Thank you very much for being patient audience and an active listener, which I'm assuming that you all have been. Thank you once again, and let's continue with the rest part of our e-learning module content.
So, friends, this was indeed fascinating, isn't it? You witnessed something of a live experiment, rather a scientific experiment, and how it has a strong implication in marketing. So, next time when you are observing an advert or seeing it on TV or watching a video, try to see where your eye or its gaze is moving. But, friends, a word of caution here: everything comes with a pinch of salt. Same is applicable to neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is not without controversy. In addition to legitimacy, that is obvious due to human subject constraints, ethical concerns exist around neuromarketing techniques, many of which have been dubbed as potentially invasive technology that manipulates en masse without consent. So, this is a possible problem of neuromarketing research studies, because of which the speed of this technology is slightly slow. However, for better or for worse, the forecast for neuromarketing research is on a 15.6% trajectory over the next few years. Until 2026, according to the market intelligence platform Report Linker. So, friends, now let us dwell further into some other aspects of neuromarketing. Let us know and consider the gaps and scope of research in this field. The literature devoted to neuromarketing research studies is quite new, in fact, quite young, considering that the earliest reported use of the word neuromarketing appears to the date in June 2002 press release by an Atlanta advertising firm, Bright House, wherein they announced that they are soon going to create a business division under a different concept using fMRI for marketing research. However, Indian consumers' perspective in the field of neuromarketing is not explored much as yet. So, this is a scope of study for neuromarketing researchers. Understanding of the unconscious emotional arousal will be able to predict behavioral outcomes more precisely and reliably than ever before. Therefore, as a young researcher, this is area where you can think of designing your research studies. Neuromarketing is an emerging field that has huge potential to bring paradigm shift in the economy. Just imagine the implications and possibilities of these kind of research studies which dwell deeply into the consumer's mind. Finally, let us have a look at the scope of neuromarketing in India. In India, although this field is relatively new, but the silver lining is that India is now among the top 5 markets globally that are adopting market research based on neurosciences, given its high potential of over 1 billion consumers. Isn't it interesting? And promising too. Because as a researcher, these are the things which keep the research mindset positive. There are a lot of Indian firms which are already adopting the neuromarketing researches and their implications and their studies. To name a few: Amul, Tata Group, LinkedIn, and Hyundai are a few firms that are using the researches and the implications coming from neuromarketing research studies. Now, before we close for the day, let us summarize our learning from today's session. Number one, neuromarketing is an upcoming field of marketing research that combines the techniques of neurosciences, clinical psychology, and of course the consumer behavior studies. So, this is the aspect of management and precisely marketing management added to neuromarketing. The objective of every marketing research study is to find out four types of information about the consumers, and that is what they think, what they do, what they feel, and what they say. And neuromarketing precisely helps to provide a clear, precise, and near accurate, I am underlining the word near accurate answers to these questions by dwelling into the consumer's psyche and his or her understanding his or her brain activity through tried and tested medical devices and techniques. Another important thing which we learned in today's module was what are the common tools which are used in neuromarketing studies, and they are EEG, skin conductance, voice analysis, eye tracking, and facial coding. Another thing which we learned in today's module, just to summarize, is some of the important aspects of neuromarketing and their marketing implications for the researchers. And they are the role of eye tracking and eye gaze, identifying how to design packages more effectively, the role of psychology of color, use of anchoring techniques to bite the customers, trying to understand the hidden responses of the customers, trying to engage the customers, and understanding how to design a better website. We also studied that neuromarketing techniques face a lot of criticism because of ethical and legal constraints, yet it is slated to be an emerging field that has huge potential to bring a paradigm shift in the economy. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, India is one among the top 5 markets that are adopting market research based on neurosciences. Friends, with this, we come to the end of this module. Hope you had a great learning experience. Looking forward for your valuable feedback and comments. Thank you for being patient, audience. Keep learning and keep growing. Best of luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you.